Hey, it's Mr. Prescott here, and I'd like to talk about using dynamics or playing with dynamics on the snare drum specifically, but all percussion instruments as well. And as Mr. Songer talked about the airstream being very important on your wind instruments as far as creating, variations in volume. On a percussion instrument, it's slightly different because you're not using your air necessarily to create the sound, obviously, but you're using some type of stick or mallet. And so it's the force with which you hit the head that it's necessary that you can control. And for a lot of kids, percussion instruments, they just think, oh, that's just loud. It's just loud all the time. But because these are musical instruments, it's really important to remember that they can be played with a varying level of volume, and I think that's really important, not only to our ears and the others, people in the room's ears, but also to be respectful of the music. So I'm going to talk about Frère Jacques on page 15. Talk about the stroke with which we use to play forte, and that which is loud, as Mr. Songer just said, and piano, which is soft. But notice that my stroke is it's quite a wide stroke, a high stroke. But we don't want to do every one that way. Okay, it's all about stick control. Okay, so I'm going to play these first one, then I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing. So this is Frère Jacques, line 51 on page 15. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I'll skip the repeat. You should play the repeat when you practice it, but I'm just going to do it one time through for the sake of time. Now notice that I kept all of my volume, all of my notes right in the center. That's because typically on a snare drum, that's where the best sound is. I'm striking right above the snares, and that's where I'm going to get my best sound. There is a way, it's kind of a way of cheating, to play soft, and I'm going to just demonstrate the first couple of measures with forte and piano by doing a different way. And you're going to notice that my sticks are going to move from the center to the edge. Okay, forte is going to be in the center, piano will be at the edge. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you notice that there's a greater degree of separation from my softs and louds there. It takes a lot of control to play piano in the center of the drum. It's a little easier to play piano at the edge of the drum. Now, on page 20, when we have the exercise that has the variation in degree, where is that, Mr. Songer?
22.
I'm sorry, it's page 22. Let's go to page 22. And it has the forte, mezzo piano, piano. That's going to require that I get the tambourine out. So if you could just hold on that thought, if you'd like to see me get the tambourine out of the cabinet.